How y'all doing? Donald back here again with y'all. And if y'all have been looking into getting something from Elgato, say specifically like a video capture device, like I don't know, Cam Link or HD60 or something like that, whether it's because you need it for capturing video, like from a game, or for you need it to hook up like a super nice camera. I don't know if y'all saw this recently, but that shit is getting price gouged out the ass right now. I recently was looking around to get a Cam Link for using hooking up my RetroPie and my something like PlayStation or something, and I was immediately dismayed by how expensive it was because there is no fucking way I can spend that much money on that stuff right now. Uh, Now, however, I found a silver lining. There is a channel that I watch sometimes named Random Frank P. Dude does a bunch of like gear and tech reviews, and he does this little series called like Cool Tech Under $50, Cool Tech Under $100, something like that. Well, he did one recently where he showcased a capture stick that is comparable to an Elgato Cam Link. Objectively, the Cam Link is better, um, but when I'm going to show you the pricing between the two, you'll be able to make the decision, in terms of what the cheaper alternative is capable of. Is that still satisfactory for your needs? It damn sure was for mine. That damn sure was a lot nicer in my wallet. Uh, so let me show you, if you haven't seen, what the price looks like right now on an Elgato Cam Link, and then I'm going to show you the price of what the one that I got is right now. I'm even going to show you uh, how it actually looks, me using it, and a couple of quirks that I noticed with it. Not sure if these are just quirks specific to my environment or if that's just the way the capture stick is. All right. So with that said, let me show you the goods. So you recognize this Elgato Cam Link 4K. People use this for, they have like super nice like what was like DSLR cameras and stuff like that. They hook them up with this, um, or they hook up something like some kind of game console or something, and maybe use some other way to like basically see the screen and play it. This is a good use case for this. But fuck paying almost like $300 for this. Hell no, no way. Um, when I saw this, I was like, well, I'm screwed. I'm not gonna be able to mess with this shit for a while because I'm not paying $300 for this. However, random Frank P to the rescue. Let me show you. Uh, Insert generic ass Chinese knockoff product. Okay, I mean, essentially, this is what this is. In fact, if you look through like video capture card stuff on Amazon, in fact, if we go down here, you're probably going to see a few other things that look basically the exactly same. Like here's another company, and it's literally the exact same stick. It's the exact same picture. So keep in mind, this is essentially what this is. This is like a Chinese knockoff of an Elgato capture, like a Scam Link. But that having been said, if you make note of what it's capable of, or I should say what it's not capable of, and then you look at the price, keep in mind, when I got this, this shit was not on sale. I got this for $45. They dropped this shit to fucking $30, dude. So you have to make the decision. This is essentially right now a tenth of the price of an Elgato Cam Link. I would say it is capable of at least a tenth of what the Elgato Cam Link is capable of, and especially with my needs, because I'm not even hooking this shit up to like high end hardware. I'm hooking up to like a RetroPie and like older consoles and stuff like that. I don't give a shit whether it can't output 4K. That doesn't bother me at all. So this was great. I have this hooked up and running. I've been using this actually for a couple of live streams where I was playing Chrono Cross on my PS3, and it's also from using it the past couple of days. I noticed some quirks and some things I had to set up manually. This is maybe specifically a Linux thing, just because sometimes the shit doesn't work right out of the box with Linux. Uh, and I'm going to show you what I did in order to get this set up and working for me on my system. So let me go over to here. So first thing is, remember this is a capture stick. This is not one of the like capture cards that has basically like two outputs. One's a USB going into your PC, and another one's another HDMI going to a monitor. So the way I was essentially using this was I was using like the little projector thing you can use in OBS to watch the video capture from my console and just play it that way. Which technically isn't what you're supposed to do, but I don't give a shit. It worked fine anyway. So one of the things I had to do was so I could see it, couldn't hear it. See how did I fix that? Well, let me open up my terminal here real quick, and I use Pulse Audio to manage the different like inputs and outputs on my system. And if we open up my terminal interface for that, you'll see I have this thing on called a loopback device. So what a loopback device is you tell the loopback device what the input is. So in this case, this 2109 is what the that capture stick shows up as in my system. This basically says the input of this. I basically want you to also like kind of repeat it to another output device. And by default, it's basically going into my desktop audio, which means if I plug in my headphones and I'm playing a game on my Raspberry Pi or my PS3 or something, I can actually hear the audio through my headset. Nice. To get this set up, there was let me see, I think I put this in my config file, so, excuse me, Pulse, yeah, I think it's in here, is it default? Yeah, so this is just loading all the default stuff that is in Pulse Audio by default, and then I looked this up, I literally just ripped this off from, I found it somewhere that was asking about like, oh, I'm using a capture stick to play a game, but I can't hear the audio. How do I do this? And basically what this does is it loads a loopback device on here. And then that's, by default, that's all it does. It just loads it. Then it's up to you to configure it. So if I go back to that interface, I believe it's not this. It's if I go to recording, is it recording? Yeah. So you hit C to bring up like a drop down of the options, and here you would pick what input device you want looped back into like whatever your output is, which again in my case is just like my headset or something. So again, I don't know why it's called that, but this 2109 is what the capture stick shows up as on there. There's a couple of things you can change for that, and I did notice this does kind of matter with certain things. So if we go to the 2109, if you open up the drop down, you only have three options. You have turn it off, mono input, and multi-channel input. I'm not real sure why. If I have the multi-channel input on when I'm using the Raspberry Pi, the sound kind of clicks, like there's some kind of interference. But then if I'm have this connected with the PS3, the exact opposite happens. If I have it on mono input, it just sounds like the audio is kind of like glitchy or something. That may just be some consequence of like the format of however the audio is being output in those two devices. No fucking clue, honestly. That's what I just deduced from my messing around. So if you see it on mono, it means I was using my Raspberry Pi. If you see it on multi-channel, that means I was using my PlayStation last. So what else did I have to do? I had to, this might look weird, but I'm going to move OBS so that you all can see it. Whoa, look at all the me's. So if we go to game capture, and you'll see I actually have my RetroPie on right now, because I'm going to like demonstrate to you all what it looks like me actually using it. It does this kind of janky thing that I didn't really understand why it was doing it, where it kind of has like this black space around the display area, and I'm going to show you what I mean. So if I go into properties, no, not properties, what is it? It is transform, edit transform. You'll get over here, you asshole. Okay. So you'll notice that I'm cropping it 48. I'm assuming it's pixels from every side. If I don't have this, like if I take this off, or let's take off the bottom, that's probably right up visible. You notice this is like this blank area. As far as I can tell, when I use this both with the Raspberry Pi and the PS3, it just always has this. And I kind of was like thinking really hard, like, why do I fix this? And then I just kind of stopped being smooth brained, and I was like, hey, why don't you just crop the black shit off the screen, Donnie? Oh, genius! Look at that, it looks perfect now. So keep that in mind if you use this. Again, I'm not sure if this is like a Linux specific quirk or if it's just the way the capture stick is. You might not have this problem if you're using something like Windows or Mac, but I'm not using those, so I'm telling you the quirks I ran into when I'm using this on Linux. Other thing is if you go to properties and it's opening up over there. You'll see there's a video format, and there's some different options here. By default, again, this kind of depends on what device you have connected to it. I don't not understand a lot of probably the specifics about this. If when this was on the basically anything that's not the BGR3, if I was playing it this way, where like I'm kind of looking at the screen, there was like this input lag where like I would do something and then there was like I don't know like a second or two before it would like I would get the feed. But on this BGR3, it's fine. I don't have this issue. But then on the PS3 one, this has input lag. But if I switch it to I think any of these other three, it's fine. So weird quirk like that. Did I mess up my thing? I might have messed it up for messing with it. What are you playing with the toy, baby? I might actually have to restart this 1 second. I will be right back. I'm back now. Sorry about that. There's another little weird quirk I've noticed is that sometimes if I'm messing with the settings for the capture stick and I just and I go back, it just like it'll just freeze up, and I have to basically restart OBS to get it to start picking it up again. But I'll give you a very brief demonstration of what this looks like for me using it. So let's go into here, and you should be able to hear. Let me turn the sound up a little more so you can hear it. It might be too loud. I'm not trying to make it too loud. And I'll just pick Chrono Trigger, and you should be able to hear what it sounds like. Let it start up. Go boy, go. Go faster. Yeah, no. Y'all played this game before, I'd be nostalgia rushing over you right now. And you should be able to hear everything that I'm hearing now. No input lag with these settings. It looks fine. I had a save file from this? I did. I totally forgot I even had this. Lol. Okay, but yeah, let me just I guess load this up. I'm just moving around. There's no lag on my part. It's pretty instantaneous. But yeah, there you go. I wish I had a good camera to show off with this. We actually got a camera for my wife to use to record her crochet, but it's in her office right now, and I think the cable to connect this is in there too. But yeah, maybe I'll make a whole separate video about, hey, here's what a cheap Chinese knockoff of Camlink looks like when being used with a half-decent camera. Yeah. I think that's all. That's all I really wanted to show you all day. I just wanted to show you that we have a much more cost-efficient alternative to an Elgato Camlink if it suits your needs. Keep in mind, if you go look at the store page for it, it's not capable of the same things as an Elgato Camlink. Also, keep it, one of the, I guess, the neat things about the Elgato products is Elgato kind of has like a kind of a larger ecosystem that everything kind of interacts with each other. So if you care about that, maybe you still want to. If you're capable of doing it, working up to $300, or just waiting until the price comes down, because holy fucking shit. Uh, but for someone like me who just kind of tinkers with little things here and there, buying would have been a $300 purchase for what could have been $30. Grr. Uh, that's fucking fine with me, man. And with that, y'all come on back now, and I'll see you next time.